Here's my list of random things I think every new and prospective UB student should know coming from a senior. Okay, first, as an undergrad, you were able to get 3 free AMC tickets every single semester. I'm always so amazed by the people who never know about this. I've been redeeming my AMC tickets since my first semester of freshman year, and I've been able to see so many movies for free because of it. Okay, next, UB is not as big as you may think it is. I think there's around 30,000 students, so I was under the assumption that it'd be really hard for me to run into the same people every day, that I'd constantly be around new people, and this is not the case. I feel like I've seen the exact same people from freshman year to now, and I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. I know a lot of people who also say they're always seeing the exact same faces everywhere they go. And not only that, but everybody is connected and everybody knows everybody. If I sat down and made a diagram of all the people that I've met over the past 4 years, they would all be connected in some way. It is insane the amount of people that are connected despite it being a big school. Okay, this next one is also something I feel like a lot of people don't know, and I only found this out my sophomore year, but there's the UB course catalog where you can look up anybody, find out their full name, their major, their minor, a certificate if they're doing any, their email, and sometimes even their phone number if they have that included. Do with that information what you will. I am just the messenger. There is a lot of geese at the school. Like, I mean a lot. It's very often that geese will hold up traffic around campus because there's a huge herd of them trying to cross the road. Also in the springtime is like their mating season, so they become absolutely vicious. Like, they will be so aggressive, so stay clear. Okay, another thing to note is freshmen are allowed to have their cars here, but with that comes a lot of parking problems. I do not know one person who has not complained about the parking situation at our campus. It is so bad. So yes, it's nice that you can bring your car as a freshman, but just know that the parking is a hassle. If you are living in the dorms and you don't have a car, don't worry because you still are able to get off campus. This is how I remember it when I was a freshman, but there is a bus that'll take you on Thursdays and Saturdays to a few different stops. You can take the bus from either Govs or Ellicott and it'll bring you to Walmart, the shopping center with Target, Trader Joe's, Barnes & Noble, stores like that. It also took you to the Boulevard Mall, but I don't think that is open anymore, so I'm not really sure where the other stop would be. I think I'm forgetting one more stop, but just know that there is an option to take a bus off campus, do your grocery shopping or whatever else you need. This came in clutch as a freshman because I did not bring my car my first year. I would always look forward to this every Thursday or Saturday to get off campus and finally go somewhere else and shop. It was literally like one of the best days of the week. Okay, keeping with the transportation, if you're also a freshman and you want to go downtown to go out, but you're living in the dorms, to save money on an Uber, take the Stampede from North Campus to South Campus, and then where they drop you off on South Campus, there's the train station. Take the train to downtown for like $2 and you'll save so much money. I don't even want to know the amount of money I spent in Ubers my freshman year. Yes, it's like a little more hassle, but honestly, it's worth it to save the money. Keeping with the information for the youngins, there are clubs downtown that will do 18 and up nights. So if you're not 21 yet and you still want to go out to a club or a bar, just keep an eye out for those nights that are 18 plus. These are usually places downtown like Bottoms Up and Venue. There may be a few more, but I'm not totally sure. Another thing to note, if you're living on campus, the food on the weekends is scarce. The dining halls are open, but a lot of the food on campus are not. Some places are open with minimum hours, but for the most part, you do not have as much access to the food on the weekends as you do on the weekdays. This is honestly kind of inconvenient if you have a large meal plan or you have a lot of dining points. I always found myself with some extra meal swipes by the end of the week, and I couldn't even use them on the weekends. But obviously, they still have food options available in the commons like Starbucks, pizza, Subway, and a few other options as well, but all those places you need to pay with like card or cash. Like, you can't use your meal swipes or your dining points, which is a little bit frustrating. But at least it saves you more money than door dashing every weekend like I did, so definitely use the commons. And lastly, part of our tuition that we pay every semester goes to like an entertainment section, and that money is used to fund our spring and fall fests. There are years where we'll either just have a spring fest or a fall fest, or sometimes we get both. In the past, we've had A Boogie, Offset, Ray Shrummer, Young Gravy, and a few other ones I really can't remember. These are fun events to go to, but just know they usually have a cutoff of by the time you can get into the event. Even if you have a ticket, like you got it beforehand, and by the way, tickets are free, there's going to be like a cutoff time of when you're not able to get into the event anymore. Usually this is right when the last act comes on, and that's usually like the biggest act. I remember my sophomore year, I think it was Offset was like the ending act. My friends and I had tickets, but by the time we got to the gate, they were like, no, you can't go in. And I was like, what do you mean we have a ticket? They're like, yeah, but the cutoff was 9, so we get to watch from the fence. So just know if you're planning on going to Fall or Spring Fest, and even if you have a ticket, know the cutoff time so you're able to still get into the event. I feel like I went into my freshman year not really knowing too much about the school. I kind of learned things as I went on. But now that I'm a senior, I definitely feel like I've gained some little tips and tricks along the way. So maybe I'll make another part to this. I don't know. We'll see. If you're a prospective student and you're thinking about going to UB, I know there's a lot of different opinions on this. I personally think it's a pretty good school, and I think you could have some fun here and learn a lot. But that's just my opinion.